There is something on your bathroom ceiling right now that you have been meaning to deal with. Not today, maybe. But soon. It has been there for weeks, possibly longer, a small pale presence clinging to the corner where the wall meets the ceiling, its legs so long and so thin they are almost invisible against the white paint, its body a tiny dark speck suspended at their center. You know what it is. Everyone knows what it is. A daddy longlegs. And your plan for it, when you finally get around to it, involves a piece of tissue or the flat side of a book or simply the back of your hand. Stop. Because the daddy longlegs in your bathroom is not there by accident. It has not wandered in from outside and become lost. It is there because something in that room, something invisible to you, drew it in. And what it has been doing since it arrived, in the corner you have been meaning to clear out, is something that will make you put the tissue down, step back, and look at it differently for the rest of your life. Today we are going to talk about what that creature actually is, what it is actually doing in your home, and why the decision to remove it may be quietly undoing one of the most effective natural protection systems your house has ever had. Because the daddy longlegs in your corner is not a pest. It is, in the most precise and documented scientific sense, a hunter. And the things it is hunting are things you should very much not want in the dark spaces of your home. Let's start with the name, because the name has been causing confusion for a long time, and clearing it up is the first step to understanding what you are actually looking at. Daddy longlegs is a common name shared by three completely different animals in different parts of the world, and which one you find in your bathroom depends entirely on where you live. If you are in North America or Europe and it is inside your home, on your ceiling or in your bathroom corner, it is almost certainly Pholcus phalangioides, the cellar spider. It is a true spider. It produces silk. It builds webs. It has venom. It is a predator. It is not a harvestman, which is the long-legged outdoor creature that is not a spider at all and produces no silk and has no venom. And it is not a crane fly, which is an insect that cannot bite anything. The creature in your bathroom is a spider. A small, pale, fragile-looking spider with legs that can reach up to 7 times the length of its body, and it has been living alongside humans in indoor spaces for so long that researchers classify it as a domestic species, one that has adapted so completely to the interior of human buildings that it rarely survives outdoors at all. In a very real evolutionary sense, your home is the only habitat it has. It did not come inside to escape the weather. Your bathroom is where it lives. And what it does there, in the corners and angles of rooms that humans rarely examine closely, is something that entomologists have studied with increasing attention over the past 2 decades. Pholcus phalangioides is an aggressive and highly competent predator of other spiders. This is what sets it apart from virtually every other spider you are likely to encounter in your home, and this is the part that stops people cold when they hear it clearly for the first time. It does not primarily eat flies or mosquitoes. It hunts spiders. Specifically, it hunts the spiders that you genuinely do not want in your home. Studies observing Pholcus in controlled conditions have documented it successfully capturing and killing spiders significantly larger than itself, including species from genera that represent genuine medical risks to humans. It approaches cautiously, throws silk over the target to immobilize it, and then delivers a venom injection that is, relative to the size of the prey, remarkably potent. The daddy longlegs that you have been meaning to wipe off your ceiling is, in its quiet and methodical way, the apex predator of your home's invertebrate ecosystem. The reason you are not finding brown recluse spiders in the corners of your rooms may have nothing to do with luck or with pesticides. It may have everything to do with the creature you dismissed as a nuisance and planned to remove on Tuesday. I remember the first time I read through the observational literature on Pholcus behavior in domestic settings and had to stop and go back to the beginning. Not because the science was unclear. Because of what it meant for the creatures I had casually removed from every bathroom and basement I had lived in for 20 years. What I had been removing, methodically and without a second thought, was the last line of defense between my family and the spiders that I genuinely feared. Let that settle for a moment. The one you dismiss is the one doing the work you most need done. But the story of the daddy longlegs does not end with its hunting. There is something else about this creature that has only recently attracted serious scientific attention, and it concerns not what it does but what it senses. The legs of Pholcus phalangioides are not simply long limbs. They are instruments. Each leg is covered in specialized sensory organs called slit sensilla, mechanoreceptors so sensitive that they can detect changes in air pressure, vibrations transmitted through surfaces, and variations in atmospheric humidity at concentrations that are orders of magnitude below what any human instrument can measure at room scale. The daddy longlegs in your bathroom is not just sitting there. It is reading the room. Continuously. It is registering changes in humidity that occur hours before any visible evidence of moisture appears, detecting the microvibrations of insect movement in gaps and cavities you cannot see, and responding to barometric shifts that indicate changes in weather or airflow within the building structure. Pest researchers and building surveyors have noted a pattern that is consistent enough to be taken seriously: a sudden appearance of Pholcus spiders in a room or area of a home where they were not previously present, particularly in bathrooms, beneath sinks, near basement walls, is frequently associated with a developing moisture problem inside the building fabric. The spider is not attracted to the damage. It is attracted to the insects that are attracted to the moisture: the fungus gnats, the silverfish, the booklice, the small soft-bodied invertebrates that colonize damp organic material inside walls and beneath floors before any visible sign of a problem appears. The daddy longlegs is not causing the problem. It arrived because the problem was already there. And its arrival is, if you know how to read it, one of the earliest possible warnings you will receive. This is what it means in practical terms. A single daddy longlegs in a bathroom corner, in a room that has been dry and stable, means almost nothing beyond a spider finding a suitable hunting ground. But daddy longlegs appearing in a new location, in numbers, in a room where they have not been before, especially near a wall that shares plumbing or near a floor that sits above a crawl space, is a signal worth examining. Not because the spiders are themselves harmful, but because they have sensed something that you cannot yet see. The question is never how to remove the daddy longlegs. The question is always what they are finding. So what should you actually do the next time you see one in your bathroom? The answer is the simplest possible one: leave it. A single Pholcus in a domestic interior is doing three things simultaneously that benefit you directly. It is hunting other spiders, including potentially dangerous ones, in the spaces of your home you never inspect. It is monitoring the atmospheric conditions of your room with sensory equipment no human technology has replicated at that scale. And it is doing both of these things silently, without consuming resources, without creating hazards, and without asking for anything from you at all. Its web is not the dense, sticky, carefully architectured structure of the orb weaver. It is a loose, irregular tangle, sometimes called a cobweb, which is structurally designed not for passive prey capture but for active combat with other spiders. When a spider walks into a Pholcus web, the loose threads tangle its legs without holding it long enough to alert it. What holds it is what comes next. Pholcus moves with a speed that is startling for something that appears so fragile, throws wrapping silk with precision, and immobilizes prey in seconds. The web you find untidy and want to remove is a functional predator trap, designed specifically for the prey that represents the greatest risk in your domestic environment. The daddy longlegs has been living inside human structures for thousands of years. It has evolved in parallel with human habitation, adapted to our buildings, our warmth, our lighting, the specific ecology of insects that indoor human life creates. In a very precise biological sense, your home produced it. And what it has been doing in your corner, in your bathroom, in the dark angle above your doorframe, is a service so old and so continuous that most people have simply never stopped to notice it was happening. The creature you have been meaning to deal with has been dealing with something on your behalf for as long as you have lived there. Leave it where it is. And the next time someone in your household reaches for a tissue near the ceiling, tell them to look first. Because what appears to be doing nothing is almost certainly doing exactly what your home most needs. Have you ever found a daddy longlegs in an unexpected place in your home, or noticed them appearing suddenly in a room where you had not seen them before? Tell me about it in the comments below. I read every single one, and some of the most precise observations I have ever received about household creatures have come from people who simply started paying attention to what was already there. And if you want to understand another creature that has been quietly running a protection system inside a space you live in, one that operates not from the ceiling but from somewhere you have never thought to look, the next video is already waiting for you.